If you like this beautiful beaded bag and you want to know how to make it, stay tuned and I'll show you how to make one. Thank you all for joining me today, and let's get started. And please don't forget to share the video to friends and loved ones. Hi everyone, welcome again to another tutorial. In today's video, I'll be using this square bead, okay, this faceted square bead. This is a very beautiful dark pink color, very pretty, and I have here pearls in 10mm. I'm going to be pairing both colors to weave the bag, okay? But if you don't like this dark pink, here are some of the options for you. There is white. Also, you can choose to use blue. Green is also an option, and black too. They all look beautiful, so make your own choice of colors, okay? So where to get all these beautiful beads? The link will be in the description box down below. So let's get started. Here is my line I'm going to use to bead. Here is my fishing line or monofilament in 50 pound. If you have 0.7 mm too, it's perfect, okay? Here is my cutter, my simple cutter. You can use scissors or nail cutter. So let's get started. Let me push this bead to a side and let's get into the video. I'm going to start with 4 bead, okay? Here is my line that I cut like my wingspan, and I'm going to put all these 4 bead on the line. String the 4 bead on the line like this, okay? I'm going to hold the last one at the end over here, and I'm going to crisscross my right line into it like this, okay? Crisscross, hold the lines together and pull the bead down like this. Now we have 1 unit done. Now my line split into 2, my right and my left line, okay? I'm going to put 1 bead on each side of my line like this, okay? And I'm going to cross both ends into this third one and pull down. Crisscross both ends of the line into this bead, hold the bead and pull. Okay, this is how it looks like. We have 2 units done, and now let's continue. On each side of my line, my right and the left line, I'm adding 1 bead to each side of my line, okay? Like this. Add 1 to the right, 1 to the left, okay? Like this. Then cross both ends of the line into the third one, this one, and pull down. I'm crossing into my third bead, right, like this. Hold the lines and pull the bead down. So this is the technique you'll be using throughout the entire weave, okay? We have 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to show you one more time, then you continue to do it yourself, okay? 1 bead to each side of my line, right and left, and I'm going to cross both ends of my line into the third one like this and pull down, okay? And now we have 4 done. 1, 2, 3, 4. I want you to continue to make it yourself and make 12, okay? And I'll come back and meet you here. This is my 12 that I made. This is 12, and we are going to turn on this 12 to make 13, okay? Now I'm going to turn over here. I'm going to add all 3 beads to my right line and turn on the left. But if you are left-handed, add all to the left and turn to the right, okay? I'm going to add and turn this way. So I'm adding all 3 beads to my right line like this. I'm going to hold the last one and cross my left line into it. I add 3 beads, okay? Cross with the left line and pull. Now my line turn on the side over here. I flip it over to my side, okay? Now my left line again, this one. I'm adding all these 3 beads to my left line. I'm going to crisscross my right line into the last one like this and pull down. My right line into the next. We are going to go through all this bead on the side, okay? And now I'm going to pull my right line into the next bead. Pull through next bead. Then the left line, I'm adding 2 beads to the left line like this. I'm going to hold the last one again and crisscross the right line into it and pull my right line into the next bead, okay? Then the left line, I add 2 beads to the left line like this. Then hold the last bead, cross with the right line and pull. This is what we'll be repeating on this stage, okay? I'm going to pull through the next bead again, Then we'll be going one after the other. Then we add 2 beads to the left. All right, now I add 2 beads again to my left line, hold the last one, cross the right line into it and pull. Next bead again into the next bead, I pull my right line. Okay, then on the left line I add 2 beads, cross with the right line and pull. I want you to repeat the same. I'm going to continue. Repeat the same. Go through each bead and add 2 beads to it. Okay, I'm about to complete mine. I'm going to pull my right line into the last bead. Okay, here's my right line into the last bead. Pull through the last bead over here. Okay, and we are going to turn again to make another row. All right, so my right line, I add 2 beads to my right line. I cross with my left line and pull. That way my line turn on the side again. We can continue a new row. All right, again I flip it over to my side. Now my left line, I'm starting again with 3 beads. I'm going to hold the last one, cross the right line into it like this and pull my right into the next bead. So I'm going to repeat the same thing. Go through all this edge bead one after the other and add 2 beads to the left line. Cross and pull my right line into the next bead. I add 2 beads, okay, to the left line like this. Cross with the right line and pull into the next 2 beads to the left line. Okay, this is how we are going to repeat the same technique until we complete this one. We are going to make more rows and make 23 rows. All right, 23 rows. We are going to complete the rest 1 to 3 and make more rows to 23. Okay, 23 rows. So here is my mat that I make. Okay, here is 23 by 13, 23 by 13. Okay, so we are going to count 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. I'm going to fold on 9. Okay, 9 5 9. Okay, if you lose count, you recount again like me. Okay, so now fold on 9. Now I'm counting 5 again in the middle, or you can start from the end 1 2 3 to 9 and fold on 9. Okay, this is 9 over here. I'm going to fold on this line. Make sure you fold on the exact line. Okay, exact line. This is 9. I'm folding on 9. So we make 9 5 9. Okay, the 5 is going to be our base in the middle. Let's close the side. You see these 2 beads, 1 2. Okay, these 2 beads, I'm going to pull my line through this bead. I'm going to pick one from the side and one from the base. Okay, so pull through 2 beads. Here's one from the side. I'm picking one from the base. All right, like this. And now on my left line, I add 1 pink and 1 pearl. All right, 1 square bead, 1 pearl. And now I'm going to pull through the next bead, my right line into the next bead. On my left line, I add 1 square bead and 1 pearl, like this. Okay, now my right line again into the next bead. Pull through next bead. And on my left line, I add 1 pink and 1 pearl. You see how I pick the square bead first, the pink first before the pearl? That is how it should go. Okay, now my right line into the next bead. Pull through next bead. And I add 2 beads, 1 pink and 1 pearl to the left line like this. Cross into the pearl and pull. So now my right line into the next bead and the one on the side. Okay, these 2 beads, that is where I'm going to pull my line. All right, I pick up one from the side like this. Okay, and now I'm going to add 1 square bead to my line. These 2 beads, that is where my line is. Okay, cross into the square bead and pull down. like this. Okay, I'm taking my time to weave and explain. Okay, my right line into the next bead on the side. All right, so on the same line, okay, I'm adding 2 beads to the line. This line, I'm adding 2 beads, 1 pink and 1 pearl. I cross into the pearl and pull. Now my right line into the next bead, pull through next bead, add 2 beads to the left line, cross into the pearl and pull into the next bead, 2 beads to the left line, cross into the pearl and pull. Okay, I'm going to pull through the next bead again. I add 2 beads to the left line, 1 square and 1 pearl, cross and pull down. Now I'm going to pull through the last bead and this one on the side, these 2 beads. Okay, pull through the last bead. Okay, and this one over here, pick up 1 from the side, the next bead. Okay, here's how my line look like. I'm going to take 1 pink, cross both ends of my line and pull. Now my right line again, I'm going to pull through the next bead, this line into the next bead on the side. All right, pull through next bead, and now the same line I pull through the bead, I add 2 beads to it, 1 pink and 1 pearl. All right, so now my right line into the next bead, pull through next bead, 2 beads to the left line, cross and pull. I'm going to pull my right line into the next bead again. Okay, and I'll be adding 2 beads to the left line, cross and pull down into the next, 1 pink and 1 pearl to the next line like this. Okay, cross into the pearl and pull into the last bead and this one. I pull through the last bead of this and the one on the side. Now I take 1 square bead, okay, to complete this row. Crisscross both ends of the line into it and pull down. Now we complete the 3rd row. Okay, my right line again, this is how it looks like. My right line into the next bead, pull through next bead. So the same line, I'm adding 2 beads, 1 square and 1 pearl. Cross into the pearl and pull into the next bead. That's my right line. I pull through the next bead. I'm walking back 2 beads to the left line, cross into the pearl and pull. My right line again into the next bead. I add 2 beads to the left line. I cross into the pearl and pull into the next bead, 2 beads to the left line, cross and pull down. So now I'm going to pull through the last bead over here, this and this one on the side, this and this 2 beads. Okay, so I'm pulling through the last bead over here, and now I'm going to enter this bead on the side. Now I need only 1 bead. Okay, here's how my line look like. I need only 1 square bead, crisscross and pull. So continue to weave yours and I'll do mine off camera and I'll come back and meet you here. Okay, this is how it looks like. I'm going to continue to weave the rest of camera and complete the other side, and I'll come back and meet you here. And here is how it looks like. Look at the side, very beautiful with the pearl. Both sides are complete. So now I want us to make a little flap on the top. Okay, so I'm going to count 1, 2, 3 and enter the 4th bead. I'm going to enter the 4th bead, this one. Okay, I'm going to pull my line through the 4th bead over here, and we will be starting with 3 beads. Okay, this is where my line is in 1 bead, and I start with 2 pearls in between. I pull the square bead, cross and pull my right line into the next bead. Okay, into the next bead, 2 beads to the left line, one square and one pearl. Cross into the pearl and pull. My right into the next bead. I add 2 beads to the left line. I cross into the pearl and pull. Into the next bead. 2 beads to the left line. Cross into the pearl and pull down. Into the next. Okay. 2 beads to the left line, 1 square, 1 pearl. Cross into the pearl and pull. So here I'm picking 7, okay? I'm weaving through 7 beads. Okay, this is the last one. I'm going to turn again and weave more rows. So I add 2 beads to the right line, cross and pull. So again on the right line, my right line, okay? I add 3 beads to my right line. 2 pearls in between, I put the square bead, cross and pull down. My right line into the next bead. So I'm working backwards, okay? And I add 2 beads to the left line, cross into the pearl and pull. My right line into the next bead. Pull through next bead. 2 beads to the left line, cross and pull down. Into the next bead. Okay, 2 beads to the left line, cross and pull. So now let's continue to weave to the end. I'm pulling my right line into the next bead, 2 beads to the left, cross and pull down. Into the next bead, 2 beads to the left line, cross and pull. Okay, this is how we continue. So now this is my right line. I'm adding 2 beads to the right line, cross and pull down, and this is how you continue and make 10 rows. Okay, continue this and make 10 rows, and this is what our 10 rows look like. This is the flap, okay? If you count, this is 10. Okay, we have 10 rows over here for the flap, and this is how it's going to land on it. Now let's do the side and put handle on it. We are left with handle. Okay, and I'm going to make just a simple handle. Here's my line. I'm adding 1 pearl to my line, okay, like this. I'm going to pull my right line through this bead, this pearl over here. Pull one end through this pearl. I'm going to hold the other end of my line. Okay, here's the pearl we put on the line. I'm holding the other end of my line. Go through this pearl, the 4th one. This is the 4th pearl over here. Pull through it, okay, like this, and pull and pull it together. Okay, pull tight like this. This is how it looks like. Okay, my line is in these 3 beads. I take 1 pearl, cross both ends of my line and pull down. Now I'm going to hold my right line. This is my right line. Okay, I'm going to pull through the square bead over here. Okay, square bead, and I'm going to hold my left line and go through the square bead, the next bead. Okay, this one, pull through it. All right, this is how my line look like in the bead. I'm adding 1 bead to each side of my line. Okay, add 1 bead to each side of the line like this and tie nice and neat, and pull the lines very tight. Okay, so now I'm going to pull both lines together like this. Okay, and I'll start stringing my bead on it. I'm going to use, this is where my line is. Okay, this is where my line is, in between these 2 beads over here, and I'm going to use my 18mm pearl and string on it. I drop the pearl first and put the square bead in between. Okay, pull the pearl, and this is how our pattern is going to look like. Very simple, very beautiful, like this. And I'm going to continue to make my desired length of the handle. Okay, I put about 11 of the 18mm. So now what we have to do is to just attach it to the second side. Okay, now here is how we are going to hold it. Now I open my line back again, and I'm going to add 1 pearl to each side of my line like this. Okay, and I'm going to pull through these 2 beads. Okay, this square bead, I'm going to pull my line through like this, and the left line, pull through the next square bead. on top, all right, like this. So I take one pearl and I'm going to crisscross both ends of my line into it and pull. I'm going to tie over here and tie nice and neat. So I'm going to open it up and tie, okay? Make sure the handle is a little stiff, okay? Just make sure the handle is a little stiff. I'm going to open my line and tie over here. Make it nice and neat. As you are tying, make sure you pull the lines to very, very tight, okay? So that the handle to become very stiff, like how I'm doing over here. So this is how mine is looking right now. If it's not really stiff, you can run the line back through all the beads again, okay? So now my line is here. I'm going to hold this one and go through this bead, okay? I'm going to split it into this bead like this. Okay, now my right line into the pearl, my left into the next bead, okay? Pull through this pearl over here. I'm going to pull through the left line into this pearl on the side. Now I take one pearl, cross both ends of the line and pull like this. This is how it looks like, okay? I'm going to untie and tie. Open it up and tie over here. Tie nice and neat, and then weave the rest of the line into the bead before you trim it off, okay? And please don't forget to check on the link. I'll put the link for the bead in the description box down below. And here is the final result of our bag. It looks pretty beautiful that you can take anywhere. I thank you for watching. Thank you for your time. And please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Also, turn on your notifications for new videos that I'll be uploading so you don't miss on it. Thank you for watching. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye. Please check the link for the color choice of your bead. Thank you.